Welcome back to another episode on the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. Uh, Tonight, as you see, we are talking animal rights. But before we get into that, I want to say our thoughts and prayers are with the Air Force Base out in Afghanistan that was attacked by a car bomb, I believe. So all the soldiers and warriors that are overseas, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Hope everyone is safe, is being safe, staying alert, that are on the watch. So make sure you keep those guys in your prayers and in your thoughts. So as we get into our promo, YouTube, still trying to grow that the YouTube page. So make sure you follow and subscribe to the YouTube page as you see it up. I forgot. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for 100 subscribers for my YouTube page. So please go there and subscribe to YouTube. Also, Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. You can also, as you see there, facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Give that page a like, a follow, join the conversation. Also, you can email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail. And also, as you see, a new one, the See Through It Podcast, SeeThroughIt_podcast. You can follow me there on Instagram. Trying to be more active on that. Just doing little different things with gym and other stuff. Maybe showing off some of my product or whatever. So make sure you follow all three of those things: Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. As soon as YouTube hits 100 subscribers, I will be able to get a custom URL. So subscribe, share, get all your families and friends involved in that. Also, here's my PayPal. If you want to PayPal me, I accept PayPal through, if you're looking to purchase a hoodie. As you see, I have a new one today. There we go. I have a new one. Coffee mugs and some other stuff, headbands. If you want to purchase any of those, you can contact me through the Gmail account or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. PayPal.me/SeeThroughIt. If you want to donate to the show, I would greatly appreciate that. If not, that is okay. But you can do all of that through PayPal. So without any further delay, we are going to talk about animal rights. And you see there, the topic of this week, I've been seeing it on my timeline a lot, like a crazy amount. It is unreal how many conversations is been had about Michael Vick and the dogs, because the man was elected to be a coach for the Pro Bowl game. We're talking about a football game, not as in a politician or a sheriff of a town or nothing like that. We're talking about a football game, a game that he used to play. And it's not even in the regular season. It's like an all-star type game. So it's one game, and then he's done. So everyone is up in arms about that, and I find it to be quite ridiculous. I've seen a lot of people posting like pictures of hunters shooting giraffes, rhinoceros, lions, cheetahs, and all that. And then you get people that's saying, well, Vic should be dead and blah, 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 this, blah. And it's like, whoa. All this over animals. And I get it. People love their animals. People love their animals. I get that. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to pose some questions to you. Do we love animals more than humans? Because if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of homeless people out there still. If I'm not mistaken, we have more animal shelters than human homeless shelters. There's no law against leaving humans out in the winter like there is for leaving animals out. I'm confused by the whole thing, but I get that people love their animals. People love their dogs and their cats and their fishes and everything else. People love that. Do the humans get that same respect? When are we going to start treating humans on the same level? I just want to know. I just want to know. Think about those questions. When are we going to start treating humans on the same level or even better? There's homeless people out there sleeping on the cold ground. Right now in Indiana, it's like 26 degrees. Yesterday it was 19. The day before that it was 18. But I digress from that. I just want you to think about that. So the history of Michael Vick. From Virginia Tech, graduated from, well, I don't know if he graduated, but he played football, college football at Virginia Tech. Got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. Was a good quarterback. Had some highlights. Had some wild plays. Got in trouble with the police, with the feds. He lied about fighting dogs and killing them and tasing them and all this other stuff. He went to jail for it. Spent some time in jail. In the middle of his prime. Lost a lot of money. Went bankrupt. Got out of jail. Spent some time trying to find a job. Finally got a job, a chance with the Philadelphia Eagles. People didn't like that. People didn't like that he got out of jail and was trying to get a job so he can survive. So he's not doing criminal activity anymore. So he becomes the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Was there for 2-3 years, I believe. And then went to the Pittsburgh Steelers and phased out of the NFL, right? So since then, he's been good. He's been quiet. I'm going to get to that. I like that comment. I don't know if you going in the same direction that I'm going, but I'm going to get to that. He's been a model citizen. I'm not going to say model because I don't know him. I don't see him every day. I'm not around him. All I know is that he's not on the news for any crimes. You see what I'm saying? He's not on the news for any crimes. So boom, here we are. 2019, he gets a chance to coach in the Pro Bowl. People are upset. Petitions are sent. People are signing their names on it. He cannot coach the Pro Bowl. We can't allow that to happen. My question is why? Has he not lost enough? Has he not paid his dues already? What else do you want this man to do? He said sorry. The only thing that can show that he's improved or is doing better is that how do I put it? He's an animal rights person now. He has a foundation for dogs. He doesn't have any dogs. And he's staying out of trouble. What else do you want for him to do? What else is there for him to do? Y'all run his name through the dirt constantly. What else is he supposed to do? I don't know. And to your comment, I'm hoping. Because I was thinking about this all day for the past 2 days, actually. I'm hoping it's not a race thing. I'm hoping it's not because Michael Vick is black and he had pit bulls and he was fighting them. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that is not the case, that we can't let this man live his life. I'm hoping that's not the case. Animal rights activist people are so up in arms about him possibly coaching one game for the Pro Bowl. And then you have other people that are so mad about it. They're so mad about him coaching one game. They're so mad about what he did so long ago. I don't get it. I hear so many excuses for hunters. I'm not going to say excuses. But if people are so up in arms about animal rights and believe that animals have rights and they're almost equal to humans, then let's talk about some things. Why do we have zoos? I know there's a lot of people that love zoos. My brother and his family, they love zoos. They love their aquarium. They love the zoo. Why do we have zoos? Are animals for our entertainment? Because one could argue, Mike Vick thought that was his entertainment. That's what they used the dogs for. It's his dogs. He did what he wanted to do. It was his entertainment. Now again, that's wrong. I do not agree with what he did in his past. I do not agree. But why do we have zoos? Some would say it's because to protect the animals' livelihood, to keep them from going endangered, and to help them. Well, if that's the case, why don't we have preservations? Why do we need a zoo? Why do we have to enslave them? Yes, enslave these animals because they're not asking us humans to take care of them. Animals have been around a long, long time. They figured it out. They know how to take care of themselves. Now, extra stuff we do because we want to preserve them. But there's no point for a zoo. We all know there's humans out there that have no good intent of anything. These people work at these zoos. If animal rights matters so much, why do we have zoos? Why do we allow zoos to continue to operate in America? Another one, SeaWorld. SeaWorld. 160 orcas have been captured. 160. If I should have wrote that down. 1961, I believe. Since 1961, 160. In America, 33 have died. You think those orcas, killer whales, are happy about being in a tank that they have no freedom in? Do their rights not matter? Oh, I get it now. If the rich man or whoever is owning that park, as long as he's making his money and everyone is being entertained and it's innocent to everyone else, then it's all right. That animal does not have any rights. That animal, it doesn't matter what that animal feels at that point. Because we have to entertain the little kids and everyone else. Why do we have zoos? Why do we have aquariums? Why do we have them? Let me see. Hold on. Papa says the cruelty of his act is what people can't get past. I get that. I see that. Okay. That definitely, I hope, again, I'm hoping it's not a race issue. I don't want it to be a race issue, but it just seems so weird. There's so many things that people could be putting their time signing a petition for that we can probably, hopefully, maybe one day change. But we don't want him to coach one football game. He's not coaching a NFL team. He's coaching a team full of all-stars for one game. That it's not even a real game. It's like two-hand touch. And I get you people do want to see people repay in pain. They want to see that person hurt. I personally believe he hurt enough. He went to jail in his prime. He had just signed a huge contract deal with Atlanta and the Nike. He lost all of that. Lost all of that. He lost it all. I mean, there's so many things. I have, what else I had? There's a zoo out in Europe. According to NPR, there's a zoo in Europe. Or was it Sweden? One of the European countries, I'm sorry. They kill 3,000 to 5,000 animals a year. This is a rough estimate. Now that's a rough estimate. 3,000 to 5,000 animals a year. Let me tell you the reason why. Surplus. Do you know what that means? They're killing animals because they have too many. The youngest one was a 9-year-old female lion. They just dissected her. Killed her because they had too many female lions. She was the youngest. She had to go. Or the oldest. I don't know how that really works, but the point is 3,000 to 5,000 animals a year. And I would have to assume that would have to be all the zoos in that. I couldn't imagine that many animals being in one location and they're just wiping them all out. Where's the outrage in that? Animals have rights. Animals have rights. I looked into horse racing. Horses have you if you need to Google this. Google. I was going to put up some pictures because I felt like it was a little bit too gruesome. They hit the horses so hard, and we all know horses are mainly just muscle, like a big muscle thing running that track, just made of pure muscle. They hit them so hard that you can see the impact on the muscle, the horse's thigh. Some of them horses are pushed so hard that they start hemorrhaging in their lungs, bleed out their nose, and die. Did you know that? They run the horses so hard that they start hemorrhaging blood out of their nose. They end up dying. Some of them run so hard that they anchor their hooves, instead of being down, snap and they're pointed up somehow. They're carrying a little toddler human male on their backs while he's beating them to get to the finish line. There's nothing inhumane about that, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see no petitions out to stop that nonsense. One man committed a crime, served his time, paid his dues, and we can't let him coach one game. In my opinion, I don't believe. I agree with what you're saying, Papa. I don't agree with zoos. I don't agree with putting animals above humans. Yes, dogs are nice, cats are nice, but I don't see how you put the value of an animal over a human. We have so many laws protecting animals. What about our brothers and sisters? What about them that's lying on the street? Was it 2 years ago? Our mayor destroyed a whole little camp, and I get the camp was a little tent city for the homeless, and it was I think winter was about to end or something. Oh, it was about to go into winter, and they destroyed all their stuff, threw it away, threw all their stuff away. But let a city official find out there's a person letting a dog sleep outside in the cold. That person's going to jail. How does that make sense? Last week, it's deer hunting season. Deers get on my nerves. I I don't see the reason to have them, but I guess it, the ecosystem works its way itself out. You got to have, there's things that do what they do. I don't know why they do what they do, but they do what they do. It's deer season. Two gentlemen are hunting deer. The video shows there's a guy standing on a deer's leg, not letting the deer go. They shot him. They shot the deer. The deer's on the ground still trying to get away. But he's standing on the deer's leg. His buddy is kicking the deer in the face. But we say all hunters they respect the animals. You can't say that. Again, not all men are good. Some men have bad intentions. They're sick. They're messed up in the head. Instead of just killing that deer, gutting it and packing it up and getting out of there, they got to torture it. They got to kick it in the face. They got to record it and let everyone see what they're doing. We don't know what those hunters are doing when they shoot a giraffe. We don't know what those hunters are doing when they shoot a lion. We want to believe that they're doing the right thing. But do we need to be hunting giraffes and lions, rhinoceros, also that you can hang it on the wall? Animal rights only matter if it's for entertaining or hunting. It's hard for me to take people serious when they say animal rights matter. Oh, I'm an animal rights activist. Well, are you? Do you go to zoos? Yes, I go to zoos. So you watch these animals that have rights sit there in their cages, be miserable. You go to SeaWorld, you see these orcas stressed out, doing tricks for little sardines, and that's okay. But let a let a person fall into an entrapment and a gorilla or something gets near it, they're going to put that animal down. They won't ban the person for not paying attention to what they're doing or whatever. They'll take the animal out. Or let's say there's a person walking in the mountains, the canyons, in cougar's territory, in a bear's territory. We'll find that bear and put that bear down because this human was walking in this territory, in its own natural habitat. So don't tell me animal rights matter when we pick and choose when they matter. If you don't like Vic because of what he did, say that. I don't want to hear about the dogs because he's already paid that back. I don't know what else he can do. Chop his arm off, tase himself. What else should he be doing? When I'm sitting here telling you about orcas that are dying in little tanks, zoos where animals are dying just to be dying. There's people hunting and they're not good people. Horse racing. I'm not saying all horses die after a race, but a good portion of them die from being pushed to the limits just to make sure that person can win that bet. They're being beaten with a little club and they're being hit hard. It's not a little tap like, go. No, they're being hit. If you Google a picture of a horse being hit, they're all muscle. Muscle is dense. The impact is so great you can see it on that horse's leg. Animal rights. I went to South Africa when I was in the Navy. We went to South Africa. They don't have Now I don't want to misspeak, but I'm pretty. They don't have any zoos. They have preservations where we was in a vehicle, we rode through tons of land. These animals are running free. People are able to. The workers are able to go out, and if they know that there's an animal that's injured or whatever, they go get it, fix it up, send it back into the wild. Send it back into the wild. Let it live its life, because they have rights, right? They let it live its life the way it wants to. Here, we go to those countries, snatch those animals up, put them in little boxes. That's what we do here. I'm the disconnect. I don't get it. You're spot. I like that. You're spot on. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't get it. I leave that man alone. I don't know what else you want him to do. If you are an animal rights activist and you are all about the animals and animal love and whatever else, kudos. Now do something that matters. Attack people that should be attacked. Go after the zoos. Go after the aquariums. Go after SeaWorld. I mean, it's well documented about SeaWorld. But they're still in business. They're still in business. Michael Vick does not play in the NFL. He's not making huge money. He's trying to coach an all-star game. An all-star game. It's not even a real game. No one's watching it for the competition. It's a vacation for those players. You can't tell me you're an animal rights activist and you don't get upset about zoos, aquariums. I think I said that right. Hunting. And I mean, the hunting part, I get it. I mean, it's weird. It's not weird, but I don't think the sport is needed. What are we shooting giraffes for? What are we shooting lions for? Do you really need a lion head on your wall? For what? You want a trophy? Go do something that really matters. Go play a sport. Build a car. Do something constructive. Shooting a lion for what? A rhinoceros. Why are we killing animals for no reason? Are you eating the giraffe meat? Oh. Go ahead, Johnny. I like I said, deers get on my nerves. They give me, they raise my blood pressure, because when I'm driving, I live in the middle of nowhere. So when I'm driving, I see deers thinking about jumping the road all the time, and it irks me. And I've always wondered, is it against the law for me to pull out a gun and shoot one before I get too close? So if you're hunting, take them out. It's deer season. Take them out. I don't want to see them. I don't know what their purpose is. I feel like their only purpose is to get hit by cars. Take them out. And have a good hunt. I have no problem with hunting. I'm just trying to. If you're just hunting to hang a giraffe head on your wall, for what? What's the purpose? Deer. People eat deer. Deer jerky is good. Venison is good. People rather have that than cow, beef. You know. You don't know what they're putting in these animals. So I get that. But my question is about the giraffes and the rhinoceros. Like, are you eating that meat? I don't get it. If we care about the animals, all I'm saying is that we should have preservations. instead of zoos, aquariums. SeaWorld should not exist. Horse racing maybe shouldn't exist. Uh, bullfighting shouldn't exist. I'm on the fence about bull riding. I think we should not use animals as entertainment. Point blank. Period. If we have a problem with people doing whatever they want to do with their own dogs, then we shouldn't allow people to be entertained by animals. That's not what they're here for. We have tons of things to entertain us. We have phones. We have TV. We got the clowns in Washington. We have so much to entertain us. Why are we using the animals? Why are we using the animals? Oh, I saw what you said, Toph. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes Periscope works and sometimes Periscope doesn't. But I don't know what they're doing with this app. But hopefully they'll get that fixed soon because I definitely want to see everyone that's on there if anyone is on there. But yeah. So stop attacking that man. Let that man live. And again, I'm hoping this. I hope you're right, Papa. I hope it's not a race issue. I hope they just want to see him hurt in some physical pain or something. I hope I hope that's what it is. But people, we should never value animals more than we value human life. Point blank. Period. I don't see how we have laws against dogs and cats being outside, but it's okay to leave those homeless people on the sidewalk. I don't get it. Backwards. I don't get it. So that's I like that. That might be, you know, it's a status thing to let you know how much money they have to kill the animals. That that may be the case. I mean, none of that should matter though. If people are really upset about animal rights, money and status on the ladder or whatever, that none of that should matter. If animal rights matter, then animal rights matter, and it all should end. All of it should end. Um, like I said, hunting is fine if you're using the meat, if you're using the animal for a purpose, not to hang it on your wall. That's waste. That's waste. There's no reason for it. That's not what the ecosystem was about. The food chain, all that's not what that was for. Us humans, we are very destructive. That's not what that was for. So I just wanted to talk about the animal rights. That is the show, the topic. It's all right, Amavo. That is the topic for animal rights. So I just wanted to put that out there. We should not value animal rights more than we value human rights. If we're going to value animal rights, then SeaWorld, the zoos, aquariums, all that should end because those animals have rights. They're not willingly jumping in the boat saying, "Hey, take me to Orlando. I need to entertain some kids." They're not saying that. There's not a lion in Africa and say, "Hey, you know what? South Bend in Indiana in December is the greatest place to be. Sign me up." They're not saying that. They're not even talking. Leave them alone. Shut down the zoos. Shut them all down. Shut them all down. Shut them all down. In this petition, foolishness to in Mike Vick's coaching of one game, let that man live. Leave him alone. He's paid it all. There's nothing else for him to do. I agree, Toph. I agree. The deer population is ridiculous. Take them all out. I have no quarrel about the deers being taken out. I have. It angers me when I see them on the side of the road, thinking about, should I jump out in front of his car? It makes me angry. So if you are a hunter and you hunt deers, take them out. Take them out. Again, this is not about the deer. This is about giraffes. This is about lions, cheetahs, jaguars, and all that. They don't need to be hanging on your wall or laying across your floor with their mouths open. That's nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. So that is the show for tonight, people. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Before we get out of here, I got to do the promo. As you see it in the corner, SeeThroughIt. If you're on Twitter, follow me on SeeThroughIt1. Also, you can follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will share that link on my Facebook and Twitter page so you can find that. I need 100 subscribers so I can get the custom URL so I can tell you people how to get there. It's too many letters and too many numbers to be trying to jot all that down. So give me to 100 subscribers so we can have a easy click the link, boom, we're there. Also, you can follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram. SeeThroughIt, all caps, SeeThroughIt_podcast. Go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Give it a thumbs up, join the conversation. Let me know what you're thinking about some of the stuff that I talked about. Also, all my episodes are there. You can contact me at Gmail, SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. I will be back on Friday. That was supposed to be a live show, but due to some situations that we have going on in life, I will be watching another live show due to someone's special birthday. Bama Bo, I will be watching your show on Friday, so I'll be recording my show this upcoming Friday. So next Friday, folks, I promise, I will be doing a live show so we can talk about some of the things that are going on in sports. I'm trying to get some people to come in, and we're going to talk about the basically round up the college football season. Who we thought would a bust, sleepers, who outperformed, who did what they were supposed to do. So make sure you tune into that next week Friday. Also next week Wednesday, another community episode. I believe that Wednesday we will be talking about Christmas, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I will update you guys on that. So please contact me in any one of those. Also, my PayPal, paypal.me/SeeThroughIt. You can donate to the show if you can. If not, that's fine. If you're looking to purchase a hoodie or a coffee mug or anything, contact me at any of those previous locations, and I accept PayPal. So, that's that, folks. So thank you for tuning in. This was a short one. Like I said, I seen it on my timeline a lot, and I felt like it needed to be addressed. It was a lot of people. I mean, it's crazy. If you look at the timeline, and if something doesn't agree, the hate that spews in the comment section is unreal. So I felt like I needed to talk about it. Things that weren't said, that should have been said or explained in different ways. We never get to those points because people are just they see something and they react. We got to stop reacting like that. We can have a conversation without threatening to end someone's life or demeaning them. Let's talk. That's what's going on in the world. We can't talk. Let's talk. Talk it out. So that's that. I'm going to let you guys go, but don't forget, don't be blinded by the media. #SeeThroughIt. I am your host, Brian Sales, and this is the See Through It podcast. I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good night and peace.